All right, we are back in Studio K, and I am joined by Quail. What's up, y'all?
Hey.
Could I get a name and instrument intro from everyone before we get started?
I'm Quinn. I do guitar and vocals.
I'm Sam. I do green guitar.
Green.
I'm Andy. I play the red bass.
I'm Jake. I play the drums.
Sweet. And we just heard Six Pack, Rats, Slug, and Please, which, if I'm not mistaken, is your most recent release, right? As of a week ago.
Yeah, we just put it out last week.
Sweet. And thus far, you'd only had a couple demos out before the single. So do you have any plans for a forthcoming record length release?
We've got another single coming out in probably a month or so, and then we will be recording an EP within like the next 2 months or so. We've got some plans for it, but it takes some time, you know?
Yeah. Exciting nonetheless, though. And what was the difference in the recording process from the demos to the singles? Like, how different was the sort of level of technology that you had access to, stuff like that?
Well, we rent a studio space that we keep all our gear at, and we recorded our demos there, and then for the singles that we're releasing, we went and recorded at Signature Town. And that was a whole different thing, having someone else do it for us instead of all of us trying to run around and plug everything in. So it was great. Yeah.
Yeah. Is there anything that you are sort of looking forward to being able to curate a little bit more, just sort of like have fun messing around with in the production side?
I think for like the next time we record, I'm excited to, do some stuff in our studio. I feel like the creative process there especially feels like a little bit more at home for all of us. So I'm excited to get that going and mess around there. And I don't really have any plans for it, but to be in your own space and create feels a little bit better sometimes.
Yeah, absolutely. And who designed the single cover for you? I loved the design so much. It's just sort of like a wash of color, if I can describe it like that.
That's mine and Andy's childhood friend who local Twin Cities artist. Maddie Bremner. They do a lot of graphic design stuff, so we just wanted to do something with our friends, keep our friends working on things.
Yeah, that's cute. And you sort of mentioned just now that you have a mutual childhood friend, but I would love to know, what is the Quail origin story? What brought you together?
So I've known Sam and Andy since college, so probably since 2016, 2017. I lived with their childhood best friend in college, and they came and stayed at my place. So, and then I used to live with Sam here in Minneapolis, and then we met Jake. I don't know how we met Jake. Through Sam. Yeah.
Yeah, and Andy and I have known each other since second grade. And then, we met Quinn in college, and then my partner is friends with Jake's partner. So then I met Jake at shows and stuff, and then, we were just begging him to play with us.
Yeah. And then I think we started Quail because you, Andy, and Sam used to play in a band, and then that stopped, and there was a show lined up, and I had been recording music on my own and had already been playing music with them for years, so we just decided to start a different thing, and now we're here.
Did you have any sort of idea of what you wanted the group to sound like at all, or were you just like, man, we'll just kind of start playing and have fun and see where it goes?
Yeah, I think we had a pretty good idea of what we wanted to sound like. When we started, I already had a lot of songs recorded and written, so it was pretty easy to go off of that. And then kind of from there, we built off of that, and yeah.
And do you find that you have sort of like similar favorite artists or influences, or do you feel like the group is sort of an amalgamation of everyone's
Yeah,
taste?
I'd say so. I think we all have similar interests, and then, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think there's a lot of crossover. Like, I think we all listen to a huge variety of music.
Yeah.
But there's a lot of, like, the Venn diagram. We all kind of, like, come together
Yeah.
for the type of stuff that we like to make. But also, none of us know how to, like, hold a pick. And I think that really, like, shapes our sound a lot. Well,
That's
Jake does,
awesome.
but he plays the drums. So we've only recently started introducing picks into, like, parts of the song. So stay tuned. Once
I love that.
once we figure it out, we're taking over. Yeah.
That's awesome. And how did you land on the name Quail?
Oh,
Let Andy.
yeah.
So me and Sam's old band was called the Quarries, and then Quinn, who's also a Q, was like, let's make a new band, and then my idea was Quinn and Toast Crunch. Sam threw out Quantum Quizix, and then Quinn just threw out Quail, and we were like, Quail?
There you go.
Yeah.
I got it from a random word generator.
Well, I was going to ask if you had any throwaways in the process of band names.
Well, yeah.
I like really did not like the name Quail for like a while, and I wanted the name. My like big forerunner was Pants. I thought that Pants was like a cooler name, but
Pants.
I'm good with Quail now. But
I think Pants is awesome. Just because it's just like shoe, you know, hat, maybe any item of clothing.
everyone can get along.
Yeah. Oh, that's awesome. And pivoting back to the single, question that I like to ask people, instead of being like, how would you describe the single in 3 words? I ask them to describe it in 3 colors. So if you had to pick 3 colors that you felt like sort of...
I would say like a nice like orange. I don't know. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm getting some like blue from there, and maybe
Yeah, maybe some green, some purple, right at the end, you know?
Sweet.
Roy G. Biv.
Roy G. Biv. Uh-huh. I'll take any amount of colors. You could just list the rainbow, and I'd be like, sure. And how, like you mentioned, you had been playing music in different projects before, but how do you feel like this project differs from those, or allows you to sort of like explore things that you otherwise wouldn't be able to in the past, or just working with other people?
Yeah. I think this project is pretty free because we're all just good friends anyway. We all see each other outside of playing music, like a lot, too much. No, I'm just kidding. I was kidding. But yeah, it's nice because we're all friends, so it's really easy to bounce ideas off each other. And if something sucks, no one's afraid to tell the other person that it sucks. So I don't know, it's nice.
Yeah. And how long have you been a group for?
Like a little over a year now. Yeah.
Sweet. In your year as a group, what have been some of your fondest memories?
Ooh.
Or even just silly ones?
I think our fondest memory, one of my fondest memories, was playing at a house venue here. I'm not going to say the name, but it was just a hilarious turn of events.
As they usually are.
And
Yeah,
yeah,
it's familiar.
and, I don't know if I'm gonna go into what happened.
Yeah,
but it's
maybe
just
we'll let it remain a mystery.
The other another friend of ours, who is kind of a founding member of Quail, I would say, has a cabin on the St. Croix River, and like we've gone there a few times, and that's always a blast. So the river gives and the river takes.
That's what they
Well
say. Okay, so before we go, everyone's notoriously favorite question. You get to build a 4-group bill, including yourself. Who are you choosing and why? And what venue are you playing at?
That's hard.
4-group bill,
4-group bill, including yourself.
Yeah, for sure. They are getting a body of water.
Playing the Lake Harriet band show.
The Lake Harriet band shell.
Crowdgazer, recluse.
Recluser.
Yeah.
Blue Smiley.
Oh yeah, Blue Smiley.
Postmortem.
Postmortem Blue Smiley. And
That's it.
that's it, yeah.
And you. I don't think the Lake Harriet band shell is gonna know what hit it.
Yeah.
It'll bring a new demographic to the. All right. So, anything exciting coming up in your world? Shows you sort of talked about some recording on the horizon, but anything you want the world to know about?
The first song that we played, that's the single that's coming out, and we have a show on Tuesday at White Squirrel.
And we've got other shows coming up as well, but that's about it for now.
Cool. All right. Well, that is all the time we have. Thank you so much for coming in and playing
thank
and
you.
having a chat.
Thanks for having us.
Of course. This has been Quail here on Off the Record. You're listening to Radio K, Real College Radio.